Welcome to my earring class, Who Glows There? And the first thing I'm going to do is go through the supplies you need to make these little earrings. I also want to say that the kit that I'm going through will have either a white owl in it, or the brown owl in it, or a gray owl that I don't have showcased right here. So you'll get either one of those three colors. The kit will contain your pre-cut shapes, your leaves, and then your findings. So your steel head pins and your wonderful little green filigree, your shrink plastic shapes, your jump rings, your charms, everything you need to make the little earrings in there. So what you're going to need to supply, and if you don't buy the kit, you need to supply those type of elements. Okay, so you're going to need the pliers to open and close jump rings and to bend your head pin. You're going to need the Shrinkets star mold and a heat gun. This is a 320 watt heat gun. And scissors to cut your shrink plastic. And then I'm using colored pencils, either a warm sienna shade or a brown shade, and then I used a blue-green shade. Also, I used a hand-forming bowl, and you can do gloves if you don't want to touch the hot shrink plastic. And this is my hand-forming kit that I sell on my website. It also comes with a wooden block for shrinking things flat. So the optional thing is I'm going to showcase some pastel used on this, but this is just optional. If you have them, you can use it. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is design our shrink plastic shapes, and these are pre-colored, so you can use them just the way they are and add with the leaf beads just the brown stem line with a colored pencil and maybe some veins with a blue-green colored pencil. If you happen to have pastels, and often I use matte eyeshadows and iridescent eyeshadows interchangeably with pastels for the shrink plastic because they work very well. You can add little color details to this to give these pieces a little more depth. So I'm just going to show this, even though the pastels aren't part of your kit. So I'm coming in with some, and this is on the frosted side, with some richer pure colors to the already green base, and to give just a hint of variegation in these they're not palm fronds, they're pine fronds. There. So I've done that. And then for the stars, if I want to add some color, once again on the frosted side, in this case, it's the sparkly side. I'm just coming in here with a little more yellow and orange, and this would just give them a bit more life. But if you don't have the pastels, they're going to be really nice just the way they are. So that's an option right there. Next, I'm going to come in with, you can use either a nice mahogany color or a nice just basic burnt umber brown colored pencil. And I'm going to burnish this a bit so that I have a nice broad tip to create this center vein line in these. And I'm going to show you the options. On my two larger ones, I'm going to do it with the dark brown. And on the smaller ones, I'll do it with the mahogany color so you can see what that looks like, those options. Burnishing that out. Now, on the veins, I'm just going to come down. I'm going to leave a nice wide margin between them, and I'm going to offset that vein, meaning I'm not coming in here like so. I'm coming in here like so. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pair of scissors and I'm going to cut into my veins right up to the brown line. And then really it ends up being right across from the line there, the blue line. Now notice if I went right up to that and I nipped it, it put a little break in it. So if I go more like so with my scissors, cut deep and the deeper end and not right to the tip, I avoid that. And I didn't go very far there because of the little hole for the loop. So not like that, but like that. So you see what I showed you what happens if you go like this. And just not very far right there. And once again, not all the way in right there. I can go right here. See if I get those. Okay, now we're ready to shrink. So we're going to be using the star mold for this. And then we're going to be using the hand forming bowl. I sell this on my website. If you don't have one, use something like a cardboard box or that works really well. This is silicone, so it's really nice kind of heat. It absorbs the heat and doesn't get really hot, and that makes it great for a hand forming bowl. My hand forming bowl comes with heat protection gloves, so you can pick up hot things and twist and form them, which would be great for this project. And it has a little wooden block for when you heat something and want to lay it down on the paper here and put the block on it to make sure it cools flat. I'm not going to be using the heat guns, gloves myself, because it's easier for you to see what I'm doing if I use my hands. So the first thing I'm going to do is shrink the stars, and I'm going to put the frosted side down, and I'm going to shrink about this far away. I'm going to come around here, and I'm going to stay out to the perimeter with my heat. Then I come out and hit my petals. Notice how I hit the petals individually, staying way out from them, to help pull them towards the heat. And this is what our star looks like. And I don't need to do the other one because it's done the exact same way. And you can see the color variation on it. Now, this is how we do the leaves. Put them in the hand forming bowl. This is so I don't have to chase it around the table also. And it helps keep the heat consistent uniformly in the bowl. So I've got this done. I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to pull it and twist it. Okay, and then while it's still warm, I'm just going to gently bend this one, the long one, just a little bit, and this helps it lay nicely on the earrings. Do both your long ones like that. Now let's do the second one, which is smaller, and we're not going to bend this one. We're just going to twist it. So keep it elongated. Notice how I'm working those little fronds. I kind of walked it down and twisted that. So there we have our pieces. Go ahead and shrink all of them and we'll assemble. Now the easy part, we're ready to assemble. And I've already done one with the white owl, and I'm going to do this one with the brown one. And then there's one more option. There's a gray owl. And so your kit will either have the white, the brown, or the gray in it. And I can't tell you which that will be. So have your pliers ready, because what we're going to do is make sure that our wires are nice and smooth to put the beads on. And then we're going to assemble the base, the drop. So what I'm going to do is take my jump rings and my pliers, and I'm going to open my jump rings, and the first one I'm putting on is the little charm. Making sure those are nice and closed up. Then sorry about that. And then I'm going to add another jump ring. And what I've added here is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a fifth. And the fifth one is getting hung on the chain that I'm making. So I'm making a chain of 4. Here's my fourth one. And my fourth one is going to have the small frond on it. And it goes on here. Okay, then I'm taking another jump ring and I'm adding the larger frond to it and going just one under. Okay, and I want to make sure that that lays so that my bow is laying nicely, cupping around that pine cone. There. See how this one flutes out, but it's okay because it's a bigger one and this one doesn't. If this one stuck out, it would be more noticeable, but because we cupped it, it's laying much nicer for a long one. Now we're going to put our star on. We're going to put our green specialty bead. We're putting our owl on. And these are from two different, these are two different kits that I've made them from. So this frond's a little bit bigger, so they're not a pair. I'm just showing you how to put it together, and then you'll have, like I said, either brown or gray or white owl. Now we're going to put his little crown on, because he's a little queen or king of the night. And then the little star. And when you put your star on, put the pointed hole, put the point down so it goes inside there. So let's straighten our steel wire hanger out. And then I'm putting my piece naturally bows, so it's best to go with the natural bow of it. Okay, bending it. So we're going to put this here, and then we're just bending this over. And there we have, then we can bend this a little. Just make it so that it's comfortable where you want it in your ear. If you want more length here, then bend it up farther. And then we have ear nuts in our kit to work as stoppers. And that is all there is to this sweet little piece. Let me swing it around. And as I said, these are not a pair. These are just a version of the white and the brown. And then I do have a gray. I just don't have it right here on my desk. Okay, thanks for joining me.